brunch is one of my very favorite things to do, and today we are making sweet potato biscuits with country ham. Oh my goodness, they're so delicious. That are sure to make the perfect meal for your family Christmas morning, or any other morning really for that matter. Now this recipe comes out of Hallmark's brand new original book, The Christmas Company, and we are very excited to have the author joining me in the kitchen today. Please welcome Alys Murray to our home. We're so happy to have you. Also joining us at the counter with Cam is Allie, Ken, and Orly, because nobody can pass up a delicious sweet potato biscuit and ham. They're delicious. Now, you know I love, you may not know this, but they all know because I tell them all the time, I love our Hallmark books because they continue the stories of our favorite movies, and they sort of develop the characters a little bit deeper, so you really get to dive in and meet and know these people even more than what we see in the movies. But this book in particular, The Christmas Company, is a little bit different because it's one of 4 original books that are actually being released this fall, and yours is being released today.
Yes.
So congratulations. I'm so excited about that. And this recipe, your sweet potato biscuits and ham, this recipe plays an integral part in the book because it really sort of adds to the drama of what's happening, doesn't it?
Yes, so the Christmas Company is about a small town called Millers Point, Texas, and every year they have a Dickensian Christmas festival. And our hero...
Dickensian. Bravo for word choice.
Yes. She is a writer. For all of you out there, she means Dickens.
Yeah. And it gets better because our hero is a miserly big city businessman. And he is going to get rid of the festival, but our heroine, Kate, has decided she's not going to let that happen. So she is going to show him the magic and the meaning of Christmas. And one of the ways she does that is by inviting the whole town to give him a giant Christmas feast with all of the Christmas treats and trimmings. And one of the things she makes for him is sweet potato biscuits and ham.
Oh, sweet potato biscuits are definitely magic. That is for sure. So you guys dig in. We're going to show you just how easy it is to bring this magic to your own home. So we start with some mashed sweet potatoes. Now you can bake these however you want. You can boil them or you can bake them in the oven. Just make sure that you peel them. You do not want the skin. So we have those, we've set those aside. And in our food processor, we have flour, brown sugar, baking soda, baking powder, and a little bit of salt. And then what do we add?
We're gonna add some cold cut butter, and we're gonna pulse it until it forms some crumbles.
So the cold butter is, as you can see, it's frozen almost.
It's frozen, sorry.
It's very important for the cold butter though.
Yes,
because
that's how you get the crumble.
Exactly. All right, so we pulse that a little bit. Not too much, you just want to kind of get it like a, there you go. That's all we need to do, just have it come together a little bit. And then we add...
Then we're going to add those cold sweet potatoes. Get that in there.
Again, essential for that.
And then some cold buttermilk as well.
Okay.
And that's going to make our dough.
That's it. It's a pretty simple dough. The brown sugar also makes it a little sweet as well. So you pulse this until it comes together in a nice dough. As you can see, it's changing color already. I love that. So then we take it out and we knead it. And we knead this dough. Right now it feels like kind of like a wet sand, and that's really what you want it to feel like. So you're going to take that out and knead it with your knuckles in your hands until it is in a beautiful little round like this. And then we go in and we cut it with our biscuit cutter.
Yeah, it's 3 inches, and you're just going to press it and pull those out.
So simple.
Oh, that's such a satisfying.
Now, when you're making this,
Really
could you use just leftover sweet potatoes and ham, maybe from Christmas dinner? Is that
absolutely
possible?
You can make them fresh, or you can use your leftovers. And
Okay.
You can use your leftover ham as well. It makes pretty easy.
I love this.
I'll say, look at that.
And then we pop that in the oven. We put it in the oven for how long?
15 minutes at 450 degrees. And
Okay.
It's out beautiful like that.
Look at that. Those are so gorgeous.
So
You pop them open with a fork. You know, that's the correct way to pop it open, like that with a fork, so you don't, just like that. Oh.
Are the little grooves on the side of the biscuit cutter for decoration, or is that like assist in the baking process in any way?
It's just
No,
there for
I know
fans.
I know the
nothing.
answer. If you use like a glass, it will actually seal the edge of the biscuit so it won't rise as much. The fluted actually lets it rise.
Did you learn that from your mother?
This guy.
I love that. No, but listen, from the South, women in the South know how to make a biscuit. So in the meantime, while these are in the oven, what we would do is we take our country ham, because we're using country ham today. You could buy a whole country ham. Country hams are already cooked. They're baked already, so you don't have to worry about cooking it. And you can slice a few slices, about 2 or 3 inches, and put them in a cast iron skillet with some butter. So delicious. And then you just flip them just a few times. You just want to keep them there 2 to 3 minutes. You just want to warm up and kind of get a little crunchiness on them. And you know, you can also sometimes in the market actually find sliced country ham already, so you don't even have to go through all the trouble of getting the big one.
All right.
So then we build them and we add some peach
Yummy.
jam.
It is.
See, that's
so
Taste
good.
that? The peach jam and the butter. Oh, there you go. Now, is the peach jam and the butter also in the recipe in the
Yes,
book?
they are. And they make it just perfect. It rounds out all those
Little sweet, little savory.
I feel like you could do like applesauce too if you wanted.
Oh, man.
I feel like I love sweet with ham anything.
I know.
You know?
So tasty.
And then, of course, a little bit more butter because why not? And there you have it. We're
Now,
done.
Alys, I got to ask you, the Christmas Company is really, in many ways, a lot like the Hallmark movies that we love. It's full of heart and warmth and that cozy Christmas spirit and everything else that we love. But traditions that you include in this book actually come from your own life, your own traditions. Tell us about them.
Some of them do. One of the ones that Clark talks about is his Christmas Eve candle. And when I was a little girl, my mom would come in on Christmas Eve and she would read me a book and tuck me into bed. And she would put a candle in my window and say that it was so Santa would know that I was home and that I needed some presents and
There
that he
you
wanted
go.
to come visit me.
Oh my gosh, look at that picture.
And it must have worked because Santa always came.
Yeah.
All right, Elise.
'Cause you were a
let's
good
have
kid.
at this. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. You know what else would be good on this?
What's
Maybe
that?
maple syrup.
Ooh, yeah.
Our Canadian wouldn't say
Cheers.
no to
There you go. Yeah, for representing Canada. Have a bite. Yummy.